Fáilte over Cáide, you welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. Well, this week we're coming to you from John O'Hare's pub in Ballinrobe, where after more than 20 years, publican John O'Hare has decided to call it a day. So tonight, family, friends and customers have gathered here in the pub for what can only be described as an emotional occasion as to bid farewell to the popular publican and to wish him a long and happy retirement.
We always, since he took it over, I'd have been helping him when I'd been younger, working weekends and stuff like that for him, and kind of still be only around the corner. Kind of, if he needs help, we'd help him as much as we can. Like, cause he'd do the same to ourselves. He's very good to my two kids and myself, and so it kind of good connection. When my grandfather was still working, I'd always been of a Saturday night as well with helping the grandfather, and so kind of it was the thing I enjoyed. And I was only young, sure, 13, 14 years of age. I'd be glad to get away from home for the night, and it'll be strange now coming into the pub and not getting a smarty get you or a bit old blackguarding across the counter or something. It'll be strange, but look at he has to enjoy his life and put up his feet and relax for a while. Like he's always like 7 days a week. It's hard going all the time, and I'm sure he'll be backing over to us anyways. It'll be hard to get rid of him. Used to be off every day, fair day from school, and I'd be given a hand, and the pub would be open at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you'd have farmers coming in for hot whiskies and glass of stout or a bottle of stout. And, it was a great memories of it. The cattle would be all around the street and no pins or anything, just standing there loose, and like cattle were quiet that time. One of them seen his image on the window and decided he didn't like it, and he charged in, came in through the window. Like, there was great people coming in and stories and everything, like great characters. Them memories will never leave.
I always found it was going out without going out. Love meeting the customers and having the crack, and made a lot of good friends along the way. It's been good, yeah.
And did you ever think of taking over the business from your dad?
Possibly, yeah, but I've 4 young kids, so at the moment it probably isn't suitable to my lifestyle. It's busy, but maybe in time to come, something for consideration. One of the positive things maybe about COVID was that he had the taste of it, to sit back and relax, and I know he missed the crack and the banter with customers and stuff, but he's had the taste of it, and I'd say he's more than ready for it now. I remember as a kid myself, my grandfather running the place and coming in, and he'd have ample amounts of Coke and crisps given to you, and I think a lot of people used to come in to meet him, and the abuse would be flying back and forth and that. But I think a lot of people nearly come in for that more than for a pint. I hope he has the best of health to enjoy retired life. He's well earned it, he's worked hard all his life.
When Granda was running it, I helped out, and then obviously when Jono took it over, we all still helped out, and yeah, we had some great times and busy times, and it's just been a big part of all our lives. As young kids, playing in the kitchen, coming out to the shop, Granny O'Hare used to call it the shop, and Grandad let us pull a pint of Guinness in a little whiskey glass, but only up to a certain point. And then we'd sit down and pretend that we were having our drinks. Granda was very particular in how you pulled a pint of Guinness, so you listened to him and you did what he said, and you were never given out a pint that he didn't approve.
Jeff, your family's had a long association with the O'Hare family here in Ballinrobe.
We have indeed, yeah. Dad and Jono would have been the best of buds growing up and having the crack and everything. And coming in here on a Saturday afternoon after a day's work and a few pints, a bit of crack and, you know, a bit of music later on, and we might have a few bets during the day as well. And sure, it was all great crack. And Dad passed away a couple of years ago, but myself and Jono were really, really good friends, and I know for a fact that Jono misses him a lot because there's been a few things done lately where Jono got a plaque made, and we sponsored the fishing this year one of the days, and you know, we presented a plaque down at the lake, and it was really, really good, so it was, and yeah.
And of course both of you were in business as well.
Yeah, well, we have a business out the road, a garage business, and I suppose garages and pubs kind of go hand in hand in some ways, because when you work hard and you need a few pints after the day, where are you going to go? Only into Jono's and have the crack, and sure, he'll be only laughing at you having the crack, and we'll be laughing back, and you know, great crack.
And one thing that fascinated me over the years was how come, and I'm sure a lot of people have asked you, there's never been a name over the door.
If we're worth getting to know, a name isn't going to do it. They'll come in and they'll find us. There's again a sign outside there. If they don't know what it is at this stage, it's time they give up, you know.
Your grandfather started up the business.
He was a man from outside in Newry. He bought this place, £400. A shop and a pub.
So then your father got involved.
He took it over from old John, and
So he was John as well.
he was Jimmy O'Hare. He well known around the place. He kept the timber thing going until the 70s, the early 70s, and then he stopped, you know, and went at the pub business. He had a 6-day license, and that was more common than not back then. You know, it was like everything else. It was like going to mass on Sunday. Sunday was your day of rest.
The early days for you, what was it like?
It was hard. Now, you know, Jimmy had his way of doing it, and I had my way of doing it, and I tell you what, the dog used barking all the time.
After 23 years, behind the bar, serving drink, so how are you feeling right now?
Happy, you know, and it's great to see the like of this book here coming up, you know, and you know, it's the wheel goes around, and well,
At least the institution is still here.
it'll be here for a good few years yet to come, and with God's help, this man will get a turn at it. You know, it'll be sad to lose it, but I hope and pray that they keep it going.
I have heard the terms have been blamed for taking him away from here. I'm actually quite proud of that, because it's time for John to have some time for himself. So, but yes, he's coming over. We're going to go and live in England and have some quality time together, we pray. But
So how did it all happen? How did it all start?
it all began with the fact that although I'm UK born and reared, both of my parents are from Ballinrobe. So I was always here in summer times. I knew this pub in his father's day. I knew his father. So it was that strange start as a child, being around and knowing the family, although not John. And then many years later, coming back with some friends from England 10 years ago in 2013. And just wandering in one night and chatting to him, and the rest, as they say, is history. We've been together ever since, and we got married 6 years ago. Just one of those lovely stories that almost seems it was meant to be. You know, John has a lovely family. He was married before. He has 4 wonderful children, many grandchildren. And, you know, it was a second time round for me as well. It's very emotional. John, I mean, for me, let alone what John must be going through, but we are finding it extremely emotional. His grandfather started this place, his dad was here, and he's been here for 23 years. So there is no walking away saying that's that easily. not without a backward glance at all the very many people, friends and family that he's met and known over the years. But the beautiful thing is, we'll be back. We'll be visiting his family, visiting my family. We're not going to be strangers. In general, what I've heard most over the last 10 years is his wit, his humour. You never quite know what he's going to say next. But more importantly than that is whenever anybody wants anything, John O'Hare is the man. And he has never let anybody down in that sense when they need something doing or want something. It's Jono.
What do you enjoy mostly coming here now on a Sunday night?
Oh, well, you enjoy, you have a couple of drinks and have a talk with the different ones and like what's happening and all that, you know, yeah.
You'll still come here anyway?
No, I do. Oh, I love it with the help of God as long as I'm able.
Fair play to you. Well, look, enjoy the night anyway, John.
All right, I will. Thank you.
Fulcher Ash, very welcome back to part 2 of the programme. Well, as you can see, Jono's pub here, as it's affectionately known in Ballinrobe, is in full swing as patrons line up to pay their own personal tributes to the popular publican.
So how did you end up getting a job here in Jono's pub?
Well, I suppose I've kind of been here all my life between my father and my granddad drinking here, so it's just whatever way it happened, and John has been looking after me for the last 2 years, so we had great laughs down through the last couple of months and the last couple of years. The stuff I've learned down through the last 2 years is stuff I'll never forget, and John always has a trick up his sleeve, so oh, there's too many stories now to be told, but he's always up to mischief, John, and I think that's why people love him so much. He just has that personality, and I just don't think I'll come across a boss like him. I don't even think he's a boss. He's more so my best friend. Like we have friendships to last a lifetime now. And
I've been coming here even when Jono's father Jimmy was in charge here. And the pub was totally different then. And Lord to Mercy and Jimmy was a lovely man as well. So I've been coming to Jono's ever since, I suppose, for the last 20 odd years, I suppose, since we moved home. Delighted. I wish him all the best for his retirement, himself and Mary Rose. He's a gentleman, he always has been, and as you can see by the crowd that's here this evening, he'll be missed. But he's going on to better things, and hopefully he'll have a great retirement.
I believe your birthday has come, a very special birthday.
Yes, the 19th, the 11th of October.
And tell me, what are your early memories of Jono's pub here?
Well, I live across the street from Jono's, and my kids played with Jono and his family, his brothers and sisters. And we were always friendly, very friendly with his mother and the whole family. And after a while we got fond of the pub.
And do you remember the old pub going back over the years when his father had a Jimmy?
My husband only came to the pub that time after work for a pint.
And were women allowed in the pubs that time in the old days?
No, not as much. Gradually.
So what did you have to do then? Did you stay at home when he went to the pub?
Oh, well, I had a lot of children. I was a busy woman.
Yeah.
And I had a restaurant at the time.
Well,
Look, and enjoy the evening anyway, won't you? And a happy birthday to you as well.
Thank you very much.
Jono and I are first cousins. My mother would have been Jono's aunt, and she worked behind the counter. Great atmosphere in this pub. Always loads of people come in here regularly. Helen.
Very much a family home. My husband's mother was born here. It was a lot of memories for the lot of us. And we will miss it. Wishing him well in his retirement, but he said he's not retiring.
No, he's not. He'll never will. He's a great character. We all love him.
You know, the last 30 years, I'd say, are we?
Easily, yeah. Easily 30 years. Yeah.
40 years.
Yeah, easily. I'd say I was you were coming to the Trend Fair.
Fair, yeah. I came here in the fair time. John said that, yeah.
This is the Nashville of the West here. It is. Oh, absolutely. We've been around, I tell you. We've been Dublin everywhere and elsewhere, but there's nothing to compare with this.
I can see now why John is so popular, so much talent in it as well. Listen, have you any special message for John? Like you've known him for 40 years.
Oh, we wish him the best. No matter what he do in life, I hope it all goes well for him.
Comes out 100%. One of the soundest fellas good meet.
How about you? Any special message?
On behalf of my wife and all our family, wish him the best of luck. Yeah.
I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago, we started coming to Jono's regularly. You know what I mean? Before that, we would have been kind of passing through, but Jono's really looked after us over the last couple of years, and always happy to see us. And you know,
puts up with us. He puts up with us. Our nonsense.
And are you from Ballinrobe?
Yes, from Ballinrobe. Yeah.
Why do you think this pub is so popular?
Do you know what? He's not trying to do too much. He just wants everyone to have a good time. And
I think it's iconic though between the families in Ballinrobe. Like every family has a story. Like your parents or your grandparents have a story from a night out in Jono's. So it's like we have stories, our parents have stories, and our grandparents have stories. So it's like it's a pillar of Ballinrobe and families in Ballinrobe.
So what's your best story then about Jono?
Well, you know what? Regularly, I when I come in here, I would say to Jono, can I get maybe 2 glasses of Guinness? And I'll hand Jono €20 and he'll hand me back 2 tenors.
You've been very much part of the reminiscing here in Ballinrobe for many years.
Yeah, I've been very lucky actually. I suppose we're local here, so my grandmother's actually 90 this next 2 weeks, and she's from Cornmarket, a good friend of Jono's here. But my mother is from Cornmarket and would have sung here, and I would have sung here, and would have sung in bands locally, and I would have been in a band locally, Quality Street. Yeah, but I'm here now with Streetwise tonight, and they're excellent, and a great crowd here as always.
And this will be one of your regular gigs?
Yeah, so this would be, and Kenny and the lads would be here often, I'd say nearly every Sunday, but people love them here and they're brilliant and they suit the crowd. As you can see, it's all ages here, and everybody, any bit of music that's going, they want to hear it. It's a great spot. It is a big deal actually for the town, because I suppose Jono's is kind of a hub for all of us. I mean, I suppose it's very local given that there's no name outside the door, but we all know where Jono's is, you know. So it's bittersweet, but it's lovely that the pub will stay open, and the O'Hares are obviously a big part of the town as well, and you know, we all know them, and yeah, they'll all be around, and it is, we're sorry to see them go, but we're thankful for all the years of crack we had and fun, and family occasions here, so yeah.
And you've Streetwise hugely popular here in Ballinrobe and Jono's pub. You've been playing here for quite a number of years.
I'd say we're 10 years, or the guts of 10 years here. We used to play somewhere else in town,
About 10 years ago we were approached here, and best decision we ever made, I have to say. One of the finest, I have to say, John O'Hare, we'll never meet anybody like him again. He's just one of these guys. We clicked straight away, and lovely people here. I always love coming here to Ballinrobe, as do all the lads in the band.
And why do you think, Ken, that you've been so successful here? John O'Hare's been playing here for the last 10 years.
Well, do you know, I suppose more than anything else, we know the people, we got to know them, and we're more friends. We just clicked, I suppose, to the people here, and we're delighted too. It's delightful to be able to be here we're here every couple of weeks on a Sunday, and during all the year we're here maybe 20 times a year.
And as you mentioned, you're almost 50 years in the business. Have you seen the music change, the style of music change over the years?
I tell you, it's nearly come full circle. I started off in the show band, then I went to a country band, Frank McCaffrey, and the country folk based here, where me and you met first, a long time ago. And then it all changed to disco in the 90s, and then on to pubs, and now it's back again with all the country bands, and you know, it's beginning to go to the Irish country stuff now with the Tumbling Paddies and those guys. You know, so it's kind of all come full circle, and it's actually funny to watch some of the young people singing songs that we were doing back in 1975 and 6. You know, so it's strange, but it's good for the scene, good, vibrant, you know.
Yeah, it's the end of an era, isn't it? It'll be strange not to see him in there, or you know, but hopefully he'll be floating about more often than we think. But he's leaving it in good hands, and you know, carried on, hopefully for the foreseeable.
I'm delighted to get the opportunity. It's a massive opportunity, and I am really up for the job. I have huge boots to fill. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that I'm capable of doing that, but I'll give it my best shot. It's a very unique pub, and it's certainly a landmark in Mayo, well, South Mayo, if not in the entire county. I'm also hoping that John won't leave the pitch altogether. I'm hoping he's going to be a familiar face around the place to meet and greet these people.
It's sad, but he needs his time off for a while. Definitely hope to keep it going though.
It is a sad thing, but look, he'll be back, he'll keep coming.
John O'Hare was one of them that will just, he throw up a pint in front of you and you're there then for the evening when that happens, like, you know, and he knows that too.
Well, it's almost time for us to go, but before we do, just to wish John O'Hare a very happy retirement. And it's good to know that John O'Hare's pub in Ballinrobe will continue to thrive under the new management of Fintan Sweeney. So until next week at the same time, slán go fóill.